Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor, flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
Yo, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike here with a new show for you guys. This is the official end of the Atlanta Falcons season here on Mad Mike Sports 6-Man K Styles. The season is over in regards to this channel being solely Atlanta Falcons content, NFL content. We're about to give you guys something that a lot of you guys have been looking for quite some time. It is finally here. All right, we're expanding, we're doing our thing. All you wrestling fanatics out there, man, all of you fans of other sports, we talking about entertainment, we getting the topics that you guys so desperately cleave, as well as we're talking about topics that's in the entertainment world. I mean, some serious topics also. This is the season for that. So you guys are about to get exactly that. But before I get into the topic, the first segment, as you guys see in this particular show, is going to be about wrestling. So the first segment kind of explain to you guys exactly what you're going to be getting. The first segment is dedicated to the wrestling channel. So for all you guys who are subscribed to Mad Mike Network, this is the segment for you. So all you Falcons fans out there, do not fret, my pet. All right, don't fret, my pet. The Falcons and the NFL content is still very much a part of it, but this channel will no longer solely be Atlanta Falcons content this season, for the remainder of the season until the season continues. All right, so that is the second part. All right, the second part of this particular show is going to be the Atlanta Falcons NFL content. So hold your horses as far as the comments, your questions, and all that. You will get the Atlanta Falcons and NFL content because we got some stuff to talk about, the NFL wild card. Some stuff that's happening around the league. I think you guys have pretty much seen it all. And the last segment of this particular show is going to be the Q&A. So for everyone that has all the questions, save those for the last part of this show. But let's get straight into this, man. WrestleMania season is around the corner. All right, WrestleMania season is around the corner, man. We got a lot of shows and a lot of things that I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about in this particular show is one of my favorite wrestlers. All right, one of my favorite female wrestlers out there. There was a story that was out. I put a YouTube short on this topic, and I thought it was interesting because, especially with the California wildfires, it's I've been hearing a lot of things. All right, so Real Melina, okay, if you guys do not follow her on Instagram, Melina, all right, I know you guys, Melina Perez at WWE. They were talking about a wrestling promotion. Now, this is a fairly new wrestling promotion for the most part. She went down to that wrestling promotion did a spot, did her thing, like most wrestlers always do. And they were talking about whether they were saying that she had end up missing, that no one could get in touch with her. So it was speculated from a lot of people. They were hoping that nothing happened to her. So this wrestling promotion went out and they decided that they wanted to cause panic. I thought it was interesting because I follow a lot of wrestlers. All right, a lot of women wrestlers. I'm a huge wrestling fan, if you guys did not know. And I follow a lot of wrestlers, and I never seen one person. I never saw Foxy. All right, everybody know Alicia Fox. Look, I'm an absolute a stalker when it comes down to Alicia Fox. You know it. I follow Instagram and have conversations with her, as well as Mickey James, so many others, and nobody said anything about her being missing. So I thought it was interesting that this wrestling promotion set out pretty much panic that she had essentially been missing. So she has indeed been found. Nothing happened to her. She is safe, and thank God for that, because like I said, Melina and that split, I got to see that split one more time. All right, everybody in wrestling fans, yeah, that Melina split, that Eminem, oh my God, yeah, that move in itself was absolutely amazing. But all seriousness, man, good to see that she is alive and well. But this is the thing about wrestling. This is the thing about people in promotion and greed. A lot of people try to do anything and everything to try to get a little bit of publicity. And there's speculation from a number of sources, a lot of fans, a lot of promoters in the business that feel like that wrestling promotion went out of their way to create panic so people can come to their platform and essentially give them a little bit more notoriety. I think it's a fucking shame. It's like at the end of the day, man, it's like, what's the point of doing that? Like you have to use someone's celebrity and use that name to create a buzz around your product, or maybe you're not that damn good to begin with. So that being said, man, I'm glad that Melina is well, she is safe. Still all the prayers out to people in California, Los Angeles with those wildfires, man. It's something that I did not see happening. I don't think anybody could have saw the things that I've seen in regard to the California wildfires and whatnot. So Melina, again, she is alive and well. So it's like, good. Another thing, as you can see on the screen, there's been speculation that this particular woman is on her way back. And I actually did a wrestling, I did a short on this woman right on the screen. Now, anybody know anything about me? I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan. Huge Bray Wyatt fan, man. So RIP to one of the greatest characters promote, but like he's right up there for me personally. He's right up there with the Undertaker, bro. Like for me personally, Bray Wyatt is right up there with the Undertaker. I love these dark characters. I love Bray Wyatt, and I love what he and Alexa Bliss had together. You talking about one of the best women, men, intergender teams together. This one where she had that feud with Randy Orton. It was Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss. Man, you talking about somebody that took their game to a whole nother level. Alexa Bliss took her game to a whole nother level. I don't know if it was Wyndham, aka Bray Wyatt, that helped her take her game to the next level. But that feud that she had with Randy Orton was absolutely fucking amazing, man. You talk about her promos, her look, down to the Lily doll and her wrestling. She didn't even need the damn title at the time. She did not need the title at the time. So you talking about one of the best female wrestlers, in my opinion, today, in Alexa Bliss. Well, there's speculation that she is on her way back. So I don't know when she is due back. Obviously, she's been away a couple of years because she ended up having a kid, a baby. So she's been teasing her return. So hopefully we get to see her at Royal Rumble, return at Royal Rumble. Also, you got another, they're saying that Charlotte Flair, another one. All right, Charlotte Flair. She is on her way back. Hopefully, she will be back maybe at the Royal Rumble. She's been out with a torn. I know she messed up a knee. I don't know if it's a torn meniscus or a torn ACL. I believe it's torn ACL, but she's on her way back. Obviously, Becky Lynch. She's one of those that's been. She's been talking about. They've been talking that Becky Lynch is on her way back. She took off too because she's a mother and she's been doing her thing, raising her and Seth's daughter. So she's talking about. Appreciate that. But there's been talk about she's on her way back. So we got potentially Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. All of these ladies due to come back at some point. So for me, man, I can't wait. I really can't wait to see what happens. But like I said, man, we're talking about one of the best eras in wrestling when you talk about the women's division. Like, I know a lot of you probably, I know you do remember, ain't no probably remember. It was just, for me, I didn't like the fact that we saw a lot of, I mean, it was cool back in the day. Like, if you a dude, you like to see, that type of stuff, the bra and panty matches and all that type of stuff, and the Diva division. It was totally, look, I wouldn't say disrespectful, but it didn't really show the range and give women opportunity back in the Attitude Era. You know what I'm saying? You had girls like, Trish Stratus as Millie Mills, so eloquently stated, that you had Trish Stratus, you had Lita, you had China. Like, those girls, those ladies was absolutely amazing. So they had their opportunities, but like now, it's like when you got all these ladies, the opportunities that they have, the Lola Vice, you got quite a few ladies right now. Jada Parker is one of those on the NXT, Ava Rain, the Rock's daughter, like so many ladies right now that are doing their thing, man. You got Lash Legend. It's just so many women in wrestling right now that I think, that could help take this, take the WWE to a whole nother level. But like I said, man, when you got all of these ladies at the Rumble and potentially come at the Rumble, I'm excited. I've never been this much excited for women's wrestling in quite some time. They got a lot of talented ladies. So, but the biggest thing, if you did not see the last pay-per-view for WWE, John Cena returned. Yeah, John Cena returned, and he pretty much stated that he is entering the Royal Rumble, right? And he wants an opportunity to go after the record-breaking 17th. He's tied with Ric Flair for the most championships in wrestling history. So for me personally, man, where do you guys? I would love to hear what you guys think about that. But what do you guys think about John Cena at this particular time, or where not, if he should be given that opportunity to get another championship. Me personally, man, I'm over Cena. I'm tired of this goody two shoes. I'm tired of the smiling and the bright colors. I mean, damn, it's like you looking at Naomi. It's like he's a female version of Naomi. And no disrespect to Naomi, but like a dude always smiling all the dang on time and happy go lucky and oh, never give up, never give up. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see John Cena for a 30th time, a 30-time champion again. I don't want to see. I don't. I don't want to see John Cena again with the title, and we got to deal with that for a month or two or whatever the case may be. I don't want to see it anymore. So for me personally, I don't want to see John Cena win the Royal Rumble or go. I would much rather see I just, like I said, I just don't want to see John Cena again. I'm over it. I've been over it. I'm a huge John Cena fan. Don't get me wrong. I love Cena. I love Cena since it was the Thugonomics. I love the John Cena. You talk about one of the greatest in-ring wrestlers there's ever been. John Cena can do it all. That dude is a damn triple, quadruple threat. It ain't nothing that dude can't do. But I don't want to see him with another championship in his hand. All right? I barely want to see Damian Priest with the championship in his hand. But I would much rather have a Damian Priest, a Gunther with the championship in his hands. So for me, John Cena winning the Royal Rumble, nah, don't want to see it. Also, your boy Paul Heyman. All right, obviously he is back with the OTC, the original, all right, tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has declared himself eligible for the Royal Rumble. Now he's trying to get his championship back. Obviously at Royal Rumble, but the WrestleMania, losing to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes going through a hell of a lot of shit right now. His feud with Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens is out right now with I think KO is out with negotiations for a new contract. I believe that he I think he'll end up coming back. I don't see KO going to any other wrestling promotion. Maybe you got some New Japan opportunities that he may want to get into, similar to what quite a few. I mean, we see the CEO, all right, formerly Sasha Banks, and now Mercedes Moné. She's had an opportunity to go and kind of showcase her skill set to different promotions and whatnot. She's doing a pretty good job. I mean, for me personally, I'm not feeling the Mercedes Moné persona, but I'm a huge fan of hers. So it is what it is. I'm really not feeling AEW. I just don't think AEW is helping her out to fulfill her full potential. I just don't think the storytelling, the wrestlers, the quality of wrestlers over there, I just don't think is pushing her to be great. I really believe that she is a good wrestler, but being at AEW just isn't helping her overall. But like I said, I like what I've seen so far. Southside, man, I don't hate Cena, man. I love Cena, but I don't want to see him with another. I don't want to see him with another championship on his back. Kevin, like I said, I look again. I love John Cena, but I do not want to see him with another championship. I'm tired of the happy, smiley, and I'm over the bright colors and throwing armbands and kissing babies. Like I'm done with it. Look, I want to see him with a thug like with a thug and W chain on. I want to see that John Cena. I want to see him talk about somebody's mama. I want to see him cut promos and and rap. I want to see him do anything but John Cena. All right, take off the t-shirt. Oh, the lady scream. Oh, he took off his shirt. John Cena took off his shirt. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, don't want to see that no more. We saw that for 10 years. Straight. John Cena carried his business, but I don't want to see that again, all right? The bus is, how about if John Cena's turned heel, would you have a different... If he turns heel, I mean, I mean, look, I'm going to watch it regardless. I just don't want to see him as with the championship belt. I would take him, face or heel. I love John Cena, but I just don't want to see him with the championship. But like I said, John Cena is one of the greatest on the mic, man. That dude can go one-on-one with anybody. And has been able to go well. His feuds with Randy Orton, Edge, CM Punk. Like I love that him and CM Punk feud. Those guys were verbally sparring each other. We talking about going toe to toe. Yeah, that CM Punk and John Cena. Yeah, that shit was dope. So yeah, I mean, I would love John Cena to see him as a heel. WWE made it worse calling him the GOAT. He's a GOAT of this particular era. I think there's different eras, and I'll give him that. I mean, even that's hard to say he's a GOAT of an era because, like, I think during that time it was John Cena and The Undertaker. In my personal opinion, just my personal opinion, I think The Undertaker was really the one that was, was carrying the business. I don't think it would have been a John Cena if The Undertaker would have been there. Right? I would say it wouldn't have been an Undertaker, but John Cena. But I still think The Undertaker, man. It's like I tune in every show just to see about what we can get out of The Undertaker. I didn't have that same urge, and partly due because my bias for The Undertaker. Obviously, he's my GOAT, but I just thought I thought if you talk about GOATs, man, it's The Undertaker. I don't think anybody in wrestling has done what this dude has done outside of Ric Flair. Ric Flair, obviously, being everywhere he goes, he's the man. So outside of Ric Flair, man, it ain't been too many people that can last the test of time that he's been able to last. Yeah, I don't want to see Roman and Cody 3 at WrestleMania. I think he's gonna get it. I think he's gonna end up getting it. Roman at WrestleMania. I think you're going to end up getting Roman at WrestleMania and Cody. But I'm thinking it's going to be a triple threat. Somehow somebody else is going to get into this. Just I'm thinking. Now, they could decide that they want to go a completely different way. But what I'm thinking right now is seeing Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes getting that title back. And because, like I said, I is Cody getting a little bit stale? I don't know. I don't know. Because I love Cody, but they probably needed, like, Roman Reigns with that title, man. Like I said, man, it's just a different aura on that dude right now. So I'm saying Roman Reigns, man, and Cody Rhodes in some sort of a triple threat with somebody. Who that third party may be, I'm thinking possibly CM Punk. I got a weird feeling that CM Punk is going to ask for a favor, and that favor is going to be him somehow getting into a main event, because that's one of the things you look at him and what he's been complaining about ever since he left WWE, and that him not having that main event that main event in WrestleMania. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a triple threat: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. And that favor is gonna be that favor is what he's gonna ask. Right, my grown self had nightmares of the Undertaker. Man, look, Undertaker's my dog. He will forever be one of my guys. Who wins the Royal Rumble for the men and women's? For the men's side, CM Punk. For the women's side, Charlotte Flair. Woo. For the men's side, I can see CM Punk winning. I really can. It's going to be interesting because the WWE, do they really need Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble to get his title back? I don't know. I mean, Roman is going to be Roman, but it's still about that money, and the promoters, the investors in the WWE, they think about money. So for me personally, man, I say Roman Reigns will win the Rumble just for the sake of them needing to take, because they're on Netflix now. So Netflix may want to see Roman Reigns more. They could quite possibly ask for a guy like CM Punk. But CM Punk, I don't know if he's physically ready to hold that championship for long. If CM Punk does win it, that's the thing for me. I don't know he'll be able to hold that title for a long time. So maybe he will win it, but we'll see. But for the women, Charlotte Flair, I could see that happening, her coming back. And hell, I could see Becky Lynch or even Alexa Bliss winning it. And another outside, I think what they're setting up to is some sort of turn with Naomi, because some stuff has been happening over there with Naomi. I could see her end up being in some sort of a feud with Jade Cargill, who's been out for a while. She was attacked, and I could see them having Jade Cargill come and win the women's side. So it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I could see happening as far as the Royal Rumble. But if I'm forced to make that change, to say anything, I would probably say, ooh man, Charlotte Flair. I gotta say Charlotte. Hell, I gotta say Charlotte, but I could easily see Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss, man, I think they've been missing her. That's just my opinion. I think the women's division has really been missing Alexa Bliss. I didn't realize how good she was, and in the beginning, I wasn't a huge Alexa Bliss fan, but she grew on me. Her skills also as a wrestler, she's pretty good, but her psychology, her ability to sell, her promos, like she's great on the mic. I love what I saw from Alexa Bliss, so I could see her. But if I was forced to make a decision, I would probably say Charlotte Flair. I would probably say Charlotte Flair. So that right there, my friends, is the end of the wrestling portion. We're gonna get into the all important sports part of the we're about to get into the sports part of it and talk about some of these, what has happened over the weekend. Obviously, you got the NFL wild card. NFL wild card. We got the NFL wild card. First of all, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite boxers right now, and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is probably one of, the best. I won't say greatest heavyweight fighters of all time. I'm a huge boxing fan also, and Tyson Fury pretty much he called his career quits after. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that dude's name. He just had a fight, and Tyson just looked like he can end up coming back, but at this point, he retired before because of mental health issues. Came back, did his thing. One of the best fighters that I've seen in this generation, and see that the wars that he has gotten into. We talk about some of the best fights. I think everybody knows in regards to Tyson Fury what comes up to mind immediately. You talk about Vladimir Klitschko, his fight with Vladimir Klitschko. Those one of those fights that was, old-fashioned heavyweight slugfest. I love that one. But probably the one that is most notorious and famous is the fight with him and Deontay Wilder. Man, those were some good-ass heavyweight fights. You talking about some slugfest. Them dudes can go, them dudes went at it. So shout out to Tyson Fury for calling his career. He has announced his retirement. He did that on Instagram. So if you guys follow him on Instagram, let's go over there and send him some love. Tyson Fury and this wrestling, he made an appearance in the wrestling also, WWE. So yeah, man, shout out to Tyson Fury for a great Hall of Fame career. NFL wild card. So now we about to get into this football talk. Now we about to get into the football card. So you guys, y'all, if you already have your comments doing, I got you. I'll do a video on your comment. But if you are indeed, if you caught this past weekend, and I think we all saw it. So let me get these right. So the first game, we about to get into this. All right, the first game, and how should I go with this? Because I know a lot of people. I know OG Sam probably saying to himself, this past weekend, he did his recap on the wild card. So if you guys did not see that, you go back and check that out with OG Sam this morning. Where can I'm gonna go to? I start Monday game tonight. All right, the 13th, obviously Monday Night Football tonight. We got the Vikings and the Rams. That's going to be a pretty good game, obviously. The Vikings. Ooh, man. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of that Sam Darnold. It's like I'm willing to give quarterbacks another shot. Like, I'm willing to give quarterbacks another shot, but what I'm seeing from Sam Darnold is exactly what I expected. He's had a terrific year. He got some of the two of the best wide receivers in the NFC right now with Addison and Jefferson. Those dudes are some absolute studs. So he had a good year. The Vikings had a great year. Brian Flores with that defensive coordinator and how they get after it, man. Like, the Minnesota Vikings could very well. These guys could very well make they they can contend. Like I don't think it's far-fetched to say these guys have an opportunity to make it to a Super Bowl. You got a good defense like that, the defensive coordinator, and you got those two weapons. If they can keep Sam Darnold straight and keep Sam Darnold under wraps for the most part, and keep him, because the offensive line, yeah, he didn't look too hot. He didn't look too good this past week. So, like for me, if they can keep him protected, I think the Vikings and the Rams, that'd be a good game. But the Chargers, man, oh man, I hate I hate when I open my big mouth and start giving quarterbacks. Yeah, I hate when I give quarterbacks praise, because I open my big fucking mouth thinking that this dude was going to end up playing well. And I'm talking about Justin Herbert. I should have freaking known. Anytime you try to get these Chargers praise, they always let you down. So I should have damn known that it was going to happen with him. I should have known this shit was going to happen with him. That was one of the worst games I've seen this dude play. I expected so much more out of what I saw from that dude. Like that was an atrocious. I'm talking about atrocious game. This dude, 14 of 32, 242 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, this dude didn't throw 3 interceptions all freaking season. He had thrown 3 interceptions all freaking season. And this son of a bitch, in one damn game, threw 4. Like, this is the last time that I'm going to give these guys any type of praise. This is the last time I'm going to give damn Chargers and Justin Herbert any type of freaking praise. Like, are you freaking kidding me, bro? Now, this is no disrespect to that Texas defense, because they got a good front seven over there. They got a good team. They got a good defense. D'Amico Ryan got that defense playing like hell. CJ Stroud has been up. He's been down. So it is what it is with him. He's still a young quarterback. He's still growing. He's still learning the game. But god damn. Justin Herbert, this is why I don't bet. Because soon I open my damn big fucking mouth with these quarterbacks, this is what happens. Give this guy praise and say, oh, he hasn't been turning the ball over. Oh, yeah. Justin Herbert, I think they'll be able to beat the Texans. And this son bitch threw 4 interceptions in the game. Now, granted, my honky, okay, a.k.a. my conky, a.k.a. Lad McConkey. All right? I love that dude. I love Lad. Lad is my dude, man. I don't know how anybody can hate Lad. That dude is a fucking baller, man. Lad McConkey, what I saw from him was absolute. Oh my God, bro. Lad was fucking amazing. All right. Lad was freaking amazing. You look at these things. Look at these numbers. 9 catches for 197 yards and a touchdown. Whew. Now, granted, I'm not just going to point the finger all at Justin Herbert, because they couldn't run the ball. Their offensive line could protect, and they just don't have another number one. They don't have a capable number 2. A lot of those guys are number 3s and a lot of 4 wide receivers. So these guys are still growing as far as their wide receivers concerned. So they could definitely going to have to upgrade that talent at that wide receiver position with the Chargers. So I'm not going to point the finger all at Justin Herbert, but damn. Damn, boy, you made me look like a damn fool. Jesus Christ. I was really hoping that dude had turned the table, but damn. But shout out to Lad McConkey, the Georgia prospect and legend, national champion. So look at them, man. Joe Mixon for the Texans had a hell of a game himself, 25 carries, 100 yards. CJ Stroud, 22. He started off a little slow, 22 of 33, 282 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. Nico Collins had a pretty good game, 7 catches, 122 yards, a touchdown himself. It's always good to see John Mechie playing well. But that defense, man, Will Anderson was a damn wreck. Mario Edwards Jr., he played well himself. You got Nico Autry, he had a sack. Man, they were just getting after it. Over there. So shout out to that Texans team. But goddamn, I'm still not. I'm not over that. He ain't gonna hear the end for me. Goddamn it. I don't like when quarterback make me look stupid. When I giving him praise and that damn son of a bitch throwing 4 interceptions in a game. You done threw 3 all fucking season, and then you get in one game decide, yep, I'm just gonna turn stupid. But this is what I tell y'all: the regular season is one thing. But guess what? Yep. The regular season is one thing, but the playoffs is another. Great players. You can make $50 million. This is why I do not believe in paying quarterbacks $50 million. The highest that I will go for a quarterback is $45 million. I'm not giving it. If you have not shown me consistently that you can be a guy that can make plays in clutch, I'm not paying you $50 million. You just paid Justin Herbert $50 million to throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game. In a playoff game, playoffs. $50 million for that. So, just be patient with them. But like I said, this game, and this is another topic that's going around the NFL right now, is the Steelers and the Ravens. Oh boy. Yep. Again, if you guys have not seen OG Sam and his live, check that out again. At Mr. White Sports Network, he did his recap on the NFL wild card. And then you look at these numbers. Russell Wilson, 20 of 29. 270 yard, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 4 times. The running game for the Pittsburgh Steelers was absolutely atrocious. Good God Almighty, this guy's had 11 carries for 29. All right, 29 yards. A lot of finger pointing has been going at Russell Wilson, and I'm gonna just be real. I think it's stupid. I think any quarterback that can put up 250 yards plus in a game, and you looking at him like he didn't do enough, and he shouldn't be the starting quarterback. Like, that's absolutely insane. Like that offensive line could not block any damn body. They could not run the ball whatsoever. Now you got a quarterback, you have an offensive coordinator in I even hate to say this, but you have an offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith. I don't know what the bloody hell he was doing. I saw this motherfucker bring in Justin Fields. This motherfucker brought in Justin Fields in the game. to throw. Let me say it again. You got Russell Wilson, who's obviously the better quarterback, but you brought him in the game to throw. Now, I may not be the smartest I may not be the smartest person in the world, but when you're already struggling offensively to run the ball and you got Justin Fields just bring him in. If you're going to bring him in for a package, don't have him come in and throw. I didn't understand why you would bring Justin Fields in a package to throw. And the crazy part about it, he didn't come in to throw to stretch the field. He came in to throw a damn throw the ball on the side. Short pass. So I just thought what they were doing just offensively didn't make any damn sense. It was almost reminiscent. Well, ain't no almost. It was reminiscent of what the bloody hell that Arthur Smith was doing here in Atlanta and why his ass got fired. And I'm going to just be honest. A lot of people are pointing their finger at Mike Tomlin because they feel like, oh, it's just boring. You know, it's getting old. Like, motherfucker, getting to the playoffs is getting old, y'all. Not having losing seasons is getting old, y'all. Like, that's when you know you're a spoiled ass fan base, when you motherfuckers start talking about going 8-8 and 500 every year is boring. Making it to the playoffs is getting boring. What the hell? Motherfucker, how about you not make a playoff in 6 years? And you come talk to me. And y'all ready to fire Mike Tomlin because of this? Oh, we make the playoffs every year. We go 8-8, or we go 9-8, and we go 10-6 every year, and that's getting boring, huh? And you want to fire this guy? Some of you fans want to fire this dude for actually having success, actually being a damn good defensive coach, being a damn good coach. You want to fire him, motherfucker? You brought Arthur Smith in to be your offensive coordinator when you got a guy like George Pickens, who's obviously a wide receiver, and he needs volume catches. Arthur Smith, his strength has never been that. And this is one, I'm looking at George Pickens, just looking at him, it's like, I don't think looking at him, he was wrong. In hindsight, you can just like, all right, George Pickens is a distraction. Yeah, George Pickens is always angry about something, but in this instance, I don't blame him. You brought in Arthur Smith to run the ball and be an asset to the running game, but like the running game didn't look too well, and they haven't been really consistent. But damn. Are we serious? I don't even know who the hell they number two. I do know they number two. Their number two is fucking Van Jefferson. And Austin, like, are you fucking kidding me? Y'all want to fire Mike Tomlin and you got a motherfucker Van Jefferson as one of your top receivers? Boy, if that ain't so goddamn Arthur Smith, I don't know what is. I think the thing that's really plaguing the Steelers is I don't have a problem with them sticking to who they are offensively. But damn, you got to get a better, more creative coach. I think the issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is their coaching doesn't line up with their players' skills. That's what I'm saying. You got a guy like Russell Wilson who likes to move around. He can throw the ball, but their offensive coordinator is a guy that gets the ball in the hands of their tight ends and the running backs. And he's an asset to the offensive line. That's what he's always been. And that's why a guy like George Pickens is upset. It's because they're not getting the ball into their playmakers' hands. So for me, I look at them. I'm like I said, I like what I'm seeing from that aspect. You know, I like what I'm seeing from that aspect for the defense. The defense concern. Look, that defense is gonna be defense, but offensively, they need to get a little bit more creative on offense. I wouldn't break that team up because I still think these guys have a pretty good team. I would actually bring back Russell Wilson, but they got to have an offensive coordinator a little bit more creative. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. And as for the Baltimore Ravens, I'm probably gonna sound like a hater, but I really don't care. They didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything special. Lamar Jackson didn't do anything special. He didn't. 16 to 21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked one time. Lamar Jackson didn't do anything special. But I thought they was gonna suck the whipped cream off of his head. The way they were damn talking about him. Jesus Christ. Looked like K-Styles was right. I thought they were gonna suck the fucking whipped cream off of this motherfucking head. Good God Almighty. Like you talk about a dude that's like he can do the bare minimum, and Lamar Jackson and this motherfucker get praised like he's Jesus Christ reincarnated. Win is 16 to 21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Has become God level to receive the type of praise that he's receiving Patrick Mahomes types of praise. But don't get me wrong. When it comes down to Lamar, don't get me wrong. He did exactly what a quarterback is supposed to do. This is exactly what a quarterback is supposed to do. It's what Lamar did. He controlled the game. He picked up first down, kept the clock churning. He made the necessary completions. He made the necessary plays. He did not turn the ball over. This is exactly what wins championships. This is how you win games, is what Lamar did. Your quarterback doesn't have to be a super mega star like Mike Vick running for 100 yards every game. He doesn't have to do that. Lamar did his fucking job. And like we have all said in here, 6-man K-style, I don't give a damn about him winning no MVP, having 40 touchdowns in the regular season. This is where it counts. If you want to be respected by not only the fans, but analysts and legends, you have to do this consistently, Lamar. I've seen games where Tom Brady passed the ball for 175 yards and he won championships. And again, they about to suck the damn tattoo off of his butt. Tom Brady, the longer he was winning, they were sucking the cream off that motherfucker. They were sucking him. So this is not, when you talk about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, like this is not to diss him. Although his fans want you to get booty naked with them, this ain't the diss. If you're going to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I want a regular season MVP again. Hip who fucking Ray. Get the job done. Win. You're not going to win many games with your quarterback throwing 16 to 21 and 175 yards. That ain't happening. If your quarterback getting those types of numbers consistently, which we've seen throughout his entire career, this is the first year this man has had 4,000 yards passed. First. In 8 years, this is the first time he's done this. But again, when it matters, this is what he needs to do. But the MVP of this season, in my opinion, and he should indeed receive a lot of praise. It was the Derrick Henry show. Period. Point blank and a period. The end. El Fiend. Derrick Henry, 186 yards rushing. And we talk about one of the most disgusting, and we say that damn near every year with him, one of the most disgusting stiff arms. That was look, that's just disrespect for that man. This man had 186 yards. It's just like every time he turn around, Derrick Henry is loose. Derrick Henry is loose. Derrick Henry is loose. But we got the commentators about to suck Lamar nutsacks off. Derrick Henry is constantly loose in every game, but we still praising Lamar Jackson like he's the MVP of that team. This man's the MVP of that team, bro. I don't think Lamar gets a lot of those numbers this year without Derrick Henry. They don't win a lot of games this year without Derrick Henry. He deserves respect. He deserves that. So you talk about Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, it was Derrick Henry show. Pittsburgh couldn't do a damn thing about it. Now, like, not that Pittsburgh was always a great run defending team, because they're not. They're better at getting after the quarterback and creating pressure. That's what they do best. Covering. Mike Tomlin is a guy that can create different types of great coverage. He does. He's a great guy creating opportunities for his DBs. That's where he's always been. That's what he is. But damn, boy, that Derrick Henry, Jesus Christ. Lamar didn't have to do too much versus the Steelers defense. That in losing streak has given up 38 points per game, but he's going to have to a lot more to beat a very good Bills team. And that right there, Southside, man, that goddamn, I'm going to get to that, but that damn Josh Allen, Jesus Christ. That damn Josh Allen playing his ass off right now. So I love what I'm seeing from him. William, they gotta look. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, to hell with Lamar. Y'all gotta y'all want to win because this is about championships. I don't care about making no damn legacy. Lamar Jackson ain't gonna have no fucking legacy if he lose this year. If he don't get to the Super Bowl, period. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about all the numbers he had, MVPs, I don't care nothing about any of that. If they don't win, if they don't get to the Super Bowl, all this is for nothing. And in my opinion, if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, it's all for naught. Because now you can't complain about the defense because the defense been playing better. So you can't complain about that. So, like I said, love what I saw from Derrick Henry and that team. The next game, all right. This is gonna be interesting. The Broncos and the Bills. Man, look. Oh boy. See, just last season I was saying I wanted to give Josh Allen one more year before I say whether or not he's an elite quarterback. And quite frankly, from what I've seen this year, I think this is probably the most impressive year for Josh Allen. And Kev and I have had this conversation, but what I've seen from Josh Allen this year, man, is absolutely amazing. For a guy that doesn't have a lot of weapons offensively, you talking about Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakur, Mac Hollins, okay? You know, old beat up Amari Cooper. Ken Coleman I guess he's an up and coming wide receiver, but he don't have a lot of weapons offensively like that. Now they got a good concept and scheme up there. Joe Brady doing a very good job. Him and Josh Allen has absolute great chemistry right now. He knows exactly what he wants to do with those guys. James Cook has just been absolutely amazing for them. That dude has been a stud this year too. But Josh Allen is doing his damn thing. And I think if the Buffalo Ravens, if those guys end up, in a shootout, they end up in the shootout, man. My money is gonna be on Josh. My money is on Josh because he's shown me that he doesn't need a number one wide receiver in order to be successful. This is probably his most impressive year as a quarterback, and he hasn't had a true number one. Now, everybody probably say, "Oh, what about Amari Cooper?" Well, Amari Cooper is not the same Amari Cooper. Keon Coleman is not a number one. Curtis Samuel is not a number one. Khalil Shakir is not a number one. And he's doing all this without a number one. 13-4. One of his best years as a quarterback? Yeah. Disrespectful. So, like what I saw from Josh Allen, and then you got Bo Nix, looked like a rookie quarterback. You know, they had a very good year, so it's nothing to be, really, disappointed about. They already, exceeded expectations as far as the Broncos concerned, even getting to the playoffs. Like, they had a damn good defense. So nothing for those guys to be ashamed of. It's still the hill with Sean Payton, but disrespect to him, to the Broncos team. The next game, and the Eagles and the Packers. Jesus Christ, that was a shit fest. I'm just gonna be real. That Packers Eagles game was a shit fest. I'm disappointed in both of these quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts looks like absolute shit. How you have all these weapons on the offense and this motherfucker still can't pass for shit? 131 yards with AJ Brown and all those guys. Like, how the hell you do all that? You got the best offensive line, the best running back, and you still can't pass the ball for 200 yards in the fucking game. Are you kidding me? This bum ass dude making $50 million and he can't pass for 200 yards with AJ and Smith. Oh man, come on, bro. That was an absolute shit fest. 13-21 against the Packers. It's like, and no disrespect to that Packers, but this has been happening damn near all year with Jalen Hurts. Now, granted, you're gonna say, all right, he had a concussion. Man, okay. But he was cleared. So ain't got no excuse for him now, bro. Like, no excuse for him now. Jordan Love looked like absolute crap himself. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He up here trying to goddamn hit backflips and like he damn Simone Biles or Jordan Childs of the goddamn Olympic team. I don't know what the fuck he thought he was doing. Jordan Love looked like absolute horse crap. See, this is exactly what I like. There has to be some sort of cap on these quarterbacks. It has to be. These guys are not worth this money. Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love look like crap. I mean, they look bad. Jordan Love would look really bad. 20 or 33, 3 interceptions. Three interceptions. And a lot of the interceptions that he had, they were bad, bro. Those interceptions were bad. So the Packers and the Eagles, like I said, look, it was just a shit fest. Just got to be honest, man. That was a shit fest. There's no in hell, like, looking at that game. Yeah, like I said, looking at that game was just like, just no. And the last game here, man, the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Jaden Daniels did his thing. 24-35. Damn good game. 13 carries for 36. Pretty good game. Entertaining. I guess it was an entertaining game, but it was a lot that went on in that game from both sides. It's like, bro, what in the hell is going on? That was a sloppy game in itself. Jaden Daniels made a few plays. Looked like he looked like a nice young star. But I want to talk about this piece of shit, Tampa Bay. Good God Almighty! You know what's funny about this? Is that look at that Baker Mayfield? A lot of people just saying it's like, all right, it's like the Browns made a mistake. The Browns made a mistake by letting him go. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying to myself, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It's because of this. This dude will find a way to lose. This dude will invent ways to lose. This dude will really find his way to lose something. And I know K Styles is probably smiling his ass off right now because if anybody don't like Baker Mayfield, it's K Styles. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, good, great. And he was just smoking Lattimore again. He was just smoking Lattimore last night. Just smoking that dude. They run the same couple of plays over and over again, and Lattimore just looked like, yeah, he was devastated. But that Bucs offense, Bucky Irving going to do his thing, but Baker Mayfield, pretty bad. But like that, like I said, that was just a bad game. It's like neither team really wanted to win, and that right there is the classic Dan Quinn. This is exactly why I say time and time again that damn Dan Quinn and Raheem Moore, these guys, they twins, bro. They twins. They teams just act like, look, they teams, they would literally luck themselves into wins. Last night, neither team wanted to win that game. It was awful. It was absolutely awful looking at that team, looking at that game last night. Baker Mayfield fumbling the ball and saying, "Oh, it was my fault." Of course it was. You had 5-6 games this year where you don't turn the ball over, throwing interceptions, fumble. Like it's always Baker Mayfield. He always finds a way to lose a game, and this is one of the reasons why the Browns end up letting him go. Because, like I said, the dude can look good, have some pretty good numbers, but he will find a way to do some dumb crap and end up losing. So, Buccaneers, Commanders, no, that's going to be interesting. Like I said, that was an interesting game. But for the most part, getting into the Q&A real quick for you guys. You can start throwing your, like I said, you can start throwing your questions in there right now. Keep that physical Philly honest. Feel like Jordan Love didn't try to seize the moment for a team yesterday. You seen wide receivers go down. I mean, like I said, man, it's like this is why guys get. That's why I don't believe in paying these quarterbacks $50 million if they haven't proven it yet. Like this dude is proving us nothing. Like you paying us $50 million to get to the playoffs and then get to the playoffs and play like this? Nah. I think the only way that you pay quarterbacks $50 million that they have to get to the playoffs first. If you don't get to the playoffs, why pay a quarterback $50 million? So I would guarantee about 30 to 40 million, but you gotta earn that $10 to $15 million by getting to the playoffs. It's like quarterbacks are getting paid way too much money to do absolute nothing, to fail. Like these guys getting $50 million to fail. And then we got another quarterback that's about to do the same damn thing. He about to get paid. And Brock Purdy have to have surgery, get to the playoffs just to fail. Do you think the Falcons would best before the defensive coach, the coach and Steve Wilkes? Steve Wilkes is a experienced quarterback. Like for me personally, I think the Falcons need an experienced head defensive coordinator to go with Raheem. In this particular instance, and he's kind of familiar with the players, and that's the thing with the players. I think if you bring in another defensive coordinator that doesn't understand, doesn't have any knowledge of how these players are supposed to, their strengths and what to do, it's Steve Wilkes, because obviously he was with these guys in training camp, kind of help, Raheem and the team kind of mold some things. So he was there. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons end up hiring Steve Wilkes, and I wouldn't be disappointed. I know a lot of people are saying also that Jeff Ulbrich would be a guy that you bring in. Yes, he's experienced, but he hasn't really had he hasn't really played with he even coached these guys. He hasn't been around these guys. So for me, you bring in a guy that one experienced and knows how to have a quick turnaround and put defensive players in positions to succeed, and he's done so. I don't want a guy that's like maybe could one day be a defensive coordinator, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons end up going that route. But for me, if Raheem really is the guy that he says he is, and they hire him to be as a defensive coach, well, he'll bring in the best coach. But for me, I don't necessarily think he is. I hope I'm wrong, but Steve Wilkes, I definitely wouldn't be. So I said I don't know if the 49ers would pay Brock Purdy. And like I said, the 49ers in a position where they have to pay him, but at the same time, they could break the NFL if they decide that they don't want to play Brock Purdy. Because it's like, for me, it'll start a trickle-down effect with a guy like Brock Purdy if the 49ers if they end up passing on him or declining to give him a massive contract, it'll start a trickle-down effect in the NFL because a lot of teams feel like they have to have a quarterback. And they're willing to give guys who aren't very good or haven't proven that they can get the job done to give them a bunch of money. So the 49ers in a position where they can start a trend in the NFL, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Yeah, Jordan Love just didn't look motivated at all to me, to be honest. We go all defense. Look, no team is going to go all defense. Falcons are not going to go all defense. It really don't matter what you do as far as draft picks or free agency is concerned. You got to be able to develop these players. You don't develop players, don't matter if you draft them. The Falcons got to be in a position where they develop players. Players don't become great because defenses don't become great because you drafted it. You had an all defensive draft or you had an offensive draft. Got to be able to develop these guys. So we can sit up here and keep drafting guys and keep drafting edge guys. But we've seen over the past few years, that we draft guys, Vic Beasley, Takk McKinley, over and over and over again. We sign this guy in free agent over and over again, and these guys still don't play well. That's why, because you're not developing these guys properly. Got to be able to develop guys. Don't care about what we bring in from free agency. Don't care about what we bring in from the draft. Got to develop guys. I got a one more topic that I'm gonna get in, and we may expand on this later. But this one that I wanted to talk about, as you see on the screen here, Michael Penix. Michael Penix, y'all. So, with Michael Penix, obviously is the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. There is a scenario out here that I want Falcon. I talked about this briefly on the regulators, but I think one of the things that we have to take in consideration too, because everybody wants defense. We need to build a defense. Of course, we need to build a defense, but we have something that is working, and that's the offense. We got Drake London. Drake London is a damn good wide receiver. We got Darnell Mooney, pretty good receiver in himself. We got Kyle Pitts. We got Tyler Algier, and we got Bijan Robinson. We got this offensive line that's a damn good offensive line. One of the best offensive lines in the league. But the thing is, with this, guess what happens? The Atlanta Falcons have a quarterback right now. We have to do everything imaginable to make sure that this guy has everything that he needs to be a successful quarterback. We need that. We need to make sure that Michael Penix Jr. has everything imaginable where he get. And we need to make him happy. We got to make sure that we make him happy, and we make sure that he is comfortable with certain players. That he has the type of receivers, he has the type of offensive line, he has the right offensive coach, the playing style, the play calling, all of this. We got to make sure that he's comfortable. If you don't have a comfortable quarterback, you don't have a chance of winning. If you can't make your quarterback comfortable or get him comfortable, make sure he's confident, not only with his offensive line, but with his wide receivers. And one of the things I said before, and one thing that y'all got to keep in mind, is that this Atlanta Falcons team is Michael Penix's team. This is his fucking team. And I know Falcon fans is not going to like what I got to say right here. This is his team, and I've stated before, do not be surprised that the Atlanta Falcons draft a wide receiver. Do not be surprised if the Atlanta Falcons bring in another wide receiver to make sure that they get Michael Penix and make him comfortable. One thing I know about coaches in the NFL, that they want their guys. They want their guys. Let me say it again. They want their guys. Quarterbacks want their guys. So one of these trade scenarios that I have out here is obviously, if you saw the regulators, I talked about Darnell Mooney. Do not be surprised if the Atlanta Falcons end up putting a lot of guys on the trade market. Now, we got guys like Kirk Cousins. Obviously, in my opinion, I think the Falcons will find a way to get him out of here. I can't imagine the Atlanta Falcons keeping a quarterback that's making $37 million as a backup. I can't imagine that happening. It ain't happening. I don't see that. But when you talk about a quarterback and what he likes, from what I see, Michael Penix and how he like to get the ball, look, I think he got to have a speed receiver. I just think the Falcons have to have a talented speed receiver. I'm talking about talented. There's guys that got speed, but the guys don't have talent. And I think that's the element of this offense. No disrespect to Mooney, not saying that he's not a guy, he's a deep threat. But I think the Falcons really need to really get a talented wide receiver in this draft. I know this is not something that Falcons fans are not want to hear because they want to see defense. I want to see defense, but do not be surprised if the Falcons have guys open in trade and put these guys on the block like Darnell Mooney, because Darnell Mooney, he's a guy that could be a capable number one. He's already done so with the the Bears, obviously, and then he did it again with the Atlanta Falcons. So if he goes to a team, a winning team, like a Buffalo Bill, like the Ravens, throw another team in there, maybe a guy like a team like the Dallas Cowboys, who just fired, from what I understand, they let him go, or they decided to move on from Mike McCarthy because they couldn't agree on the contract, the length of the contract. But you look at a team like that who may need a wide receiver, and then you look at another receiver to go with a CD Lamb, Mike Mooney and a CD Lamb. I think that'll be a damn good duo to think about. And then you got a Lamar Jackson who got Zay Flower at wide receiver, and then you got a Mooney that you can trade for, 3rd round, 4th round pick. And then Mooney, his contract is around $14 million, so he's not very expensive for a guy that you can put up close to 1,000 yards. He can do that. Like, that'd be very interesting to bring in, especially if you're the Buffalo Bills as well. He used to playing in that cold environment. Like, he used to playing in that cold environment, playing with Chicago. So you trade him to the Buffalo Bills or the Ravens, like, that could hold up well for the Atlanta Falcons, because the Atlanta Falcons, they need draft picks. Especially with the Kirk Cousins salary issue being, a problem. The Falcons are going to have to shave some sort of expense somewhere, somehow. So you talk about Darnell Mooney, you got a Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London, who's a damn good receiver. And Drake London is going to be a star with Michael Penix. Those guys got chemistry. So I'm not worried about no number 2. I'm not worried about a number 2 when I got a Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier in my backfield. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about a number 2 when I got Kyle Pitts. I'm not worried about that. So I'm drafting me another young wide receiver if I'm the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm getting rid of Mooney right now. That's not Zach Robinson's guy. That's not Penix's guy. And give Penix a receiver that he can kind of help groom, so to speak, whereas his guy, like a Washington receiver that he can work with. Because let's keep it real, Mooney has more chemistry with Kurt than he does with Michael Penix. Now, there's just a scenario out there where the Atlanta Falcons can pick up, not only get rid of some money, but they can pick up a couple of draft picks, a 3rd, 4th, and a couple of 5th or a 6th or 7th. So trading Mooney will do 2 things. Get him more draft picks, shave a little salary, and he can go to a team that's ready to win. Because that's what I'm trading him for. Falcon need ways, because in my opinion, I think there's a far more, I think it's more upside with a guy like Kyle Pitts with Michael Penix than it is with Darnell Mooney. I think at this point, Darnell Mooney is exactly who he is. But if you give Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and then you got a young wide receiver that you can kind of put in the hands of Michael Penix, you talk about something good. And there's also a possibility that a guy like Tyler Algier could be on the move. Again, that's another one of those guys. Mooney was Penny's favorite target, but after that, it fell off. I mean, that's the thing. Like those right there. We talk about with Mooney and Penix, like that's one game. But like I said, my thing is, as an offensive coordinator and coach, I'm giving my quarterback something he can work with. I'm giving him a favorite target to make him happy. Because if you don't have a happy quarterback, nine times out of 10, it ain't gonna work anyway. You got to make your quarterback happy. You got to make him comfortable. So I don't give a damn who it is. If it's Kyle Pitts or whoever, Ray McLeod, trading Tyler Algier, like I don't matter. It don't matter. Get your quarterback. Make sure your quarterback is comfortable first. So I'm getting rid of Mooney. He's not a number one. He ain't. Like, if you just look at the overall talent, he's not Pitts and he's not Drake. Talented guy. He can make plays without a doubt. But I can find another Darnell Mooney. I don't want to play a Darnell Mooney another $14 million. Get me a young wide receiver that I can pay $3 to $5 million in the draft and have Mike Penix groom him. And Mill says Tyler is replaceable. He's the type of running back the NFL don't care about anymore. And that's the thing right there. That's why I said, it's like, at this point, like with this offense, with Michael Penix is the type of quarterback that likes to get the ball out of his hands. And your running back has to be a receiver, and he has to have the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and run after the catch. Tyler Algier, can he catch the ball? Of course. But he's not gonna make too many people miss. He's gonna run through he's gonna run through your chest. So he's replaceable at this point in time. Guys like Bucky Irving, like you see these guys in the NFL. These, the Checo, like you see these types of running backs that not only can run, but these guys can catch out of the backfield and make guys miss. So they're good in running and the pass game. So for me, like Mooney out of here. If I'm being honest, Mooney is out of here. Tyler is out of here. I'm not committing to these guys for another 3 years at all. Do you think with one of our picks that the address offensive line start looking to replace Matthews? For what? For what? For what? When you got something good, you keep it. When you got something good on the defensive line, you keep it. When you got something good on the offensive line, you keep it. Right now, Jake Matthews is still playing well. If Jake ain't saying that he isn't ready to, like, if Jake isn't saying that he wants to, he's going to retire in a couple of years, if he hadn't started that, I'm not even thinking about putting no left tackle in. You got to Jake has to say, all right, I'm getting old. I'm looking to go somewhere. But, like, you always add pieces on the offensive line. But me personally, I'm not wasting no draft pick on no first or second pick on the offensive lineman to replace Jake Matthews. Unless I know for sure that he's retiring. Or he's thinking about retiring in the next 2 to 3 years or so. That's the only way that I'm doing that. I think it's far more important to have a backup center right now than it is a left tackle or a right tackle. Because if the Falcons can't bring back Drew Dahlman, that's going to take a hit. So for me, I'm focused on maybe a guard that can play guard and center, like a Drew Dahlman. You know, a backup tackle that can play right and left. That's far more important than after spending the first round or second round pick on a quote unquote replacement. So, you know, Falcons have one of the best offensive lines in the league. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can add to it though. I'll say that. Dual threat running backs is what the NFL loves. The exception is King Henry. That's because he's big and fast. Yeah. Like I said, Derrick Henry is just Derrick Henry, man. You're not going to see them types of players. You know, he's on that level when we talk about Adrian Peterson. Those guys just built different. Tiger Beast in the AFC North, Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I can see him playing with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys bringing in a new coach. And then trying to change the philosophy. You're gonna need a new running back and running game. So I could see them possibly looking to trade for another running back with a new philosophy. Tyler could be one of those guys. Like I said, I could see that. So, like I said, at the end of the day, yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, the Falcons, they'll be fine. Falcons will be fine. But those are a couple of trade scenarios out there that could quite possibly, the Falcons could quite possibly get into. But at this point, with a new defensive coordinator coming in, there are going to be some changes. Some guys on the offensive coaching staff, we'll see how that unfolds as far as guys possibly taking jobs elsewhere. Falcons making changes at certain positions. We'll see how that goes. But it seems like the Falcons do want to upgrade that defensive line with the firing of Jay Rodgers. So Falcons obviously trying to make changes on the defense side of the ball. But like I said, do not be surprised at a lot of these things because Falcons may be saying one thing or doing one thing as far as their actions concerned. Because we saw it this past offseason. Falcons in the draft, offseason, they signed a quarterback and then they went draft and then drafted a quarterback. So do not be surprised if the Falcons end up doing something completely out of left field. Do not trust Terry Fontenot. Do not trust Raheem. They will throw an absolute curveball at you. I mean, the Falcons are going to have to bring in a new quarterback. I just don't foresee them paying Kirk Cousins $37 million just to sit behind Michael Penix. If that's the case, the Falcons are really going to bring in a defensive coordinator that knows what he's doing and he has a history of success. That's the only way that I see them keeping Kirk Cousins. And they're going to go all out defensively. But I think they'll bring in a young quarterback anyway to kind of groom behind Michael Penix. That's going to happen regardless. And it's going to be, in my opinion, that a quarterback that can move around and add a little, extra element to this Falcons offense. Don't be surprised they end up getting a running back to go along with that also. but I could definitely see them drafting a quarterback to come help groom them. Absolutely. So with that being said, man, like I said, man, if you guys, this is the off season. You're gonna see a lot of new concept as far as this show is concerned. Mad takes. So it's gonna be a lot of wrestling this off season. So if you're a wrestling fan, it's gonna be the first part of this show is all about wrestling. So if you're on Mad Mike Network and Mad Mike Sports, hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments for more wrestling takes, as well as takes around sports and in the NFL. All right, all season, it's all about entertainment. Entertainment, you guys. We're gonna get into the draft and all that type of stuff coming up soon. Help Coach get to 500. I think he was 12 away last time I checked. So if you guys have not already head over to Coach Unchained and help get Coach monetized over there, man. If anybody deserves it, it's Coach. Coach is a real MVP. He's a real coach. Not all these content creators are talking about they was coaching and I was a one-time coach and now you ain't coach no goddamn where. All right. This is a real coach. All right. So get this real coach, get behind this real coach and Coach Unchained. All right. Help him get subscribed. All right, help him get subscribed, help him get monetized, help him get monetized. But all you wrestling fans, leave your comments, leave the concepts. Like, it doesn't have to be sports related. If you want us to hit a topic that you've seen around, like we did on K-Style show with the Travis Hunter and his girl, y'all got some topic that y'all want us to hit us up. Let us know. Hit that comment section and say, look, this is what y'all want y'all to talk about on our next show. All right. This show is all for y'all. So whatever y'all want to hear, we're going to talk about. This is the off season. This has been your boy, Mad Mike, man. Continue to support you, boy, here at Mad Mike Sports. Again, first episode of Mad Takes, the off season show. Mad Mike in the morning will be back around draft time. All right, around the NFL season, preseason. We're going to get back to that. But right now, the off-season show is all about Mad Takes. Right? So with that being said, this has been your boy, Mad Mike, man. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and tell your peeps. All right, wrestling is here. I'm out of here, man. Deuces.
Put your eyes back in your head.
Like flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skim the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.